Right. Hello and welcome to today's user group on Hubspot CMS Hub. Hubspot CMS Hub is just another one of those awesome tools that HubSpot offers. I know everybody's really familiar with their marketing automation solution. It's probably their most popular product, but they also have a sales solution, a service solution, and then this, which is a tool for building websites. And if you've worked with any of their other solutions before, you know their MO is all about usability and ease of use and drag and drop and visual. So the CMS Hub is no different from that. So we wanted to highlight that today, dive in a little bit about what CMS Hub can do, what makes it interesting, how you can put it to work for your business. And so that's what we're going to do. I am your host, Deneen, and my co-hosts and presenters today are Alex, our business analyst, and Dana, our other business analyst. They've put together an informative presentation for you today, which will also be recorded and sent to you along with, at the end of the presentation, there's some assets that we'll discuss, some links that you might want to check out related to this topic, and we'll just make sure that you get those as well. So I'm going to hand the floor over to Dana and Alex and see what we got to say about CMS Hub.
Thank you, Deneen. So as Deneen said, today we'll be going over, what is CMS Hub. We will discuss the overall features of CMS Hub in detail. We'll kind of talk about, what CMS Hub can do for your business. Alex will show us a demo of how all the features come together. And then Deneen will share any upcoming events. So first off, what is CMS Hub? So CMS Hub is also known as HubSpot's content management system. It is an all-in-one platform, which is great. It allows for marketers to easily build their web content all underneath one place, or it allows for developers to completely customize and build their web content from scratch using custom code. They have some great, powerful web content. They have some great out-of-the-box publishing tools that we'll kind of go over in a little bit. You can analyze your overall marketing efforts through their reporting tools, dashboards, things like that. And then they also have some out-of-the-box CEO performance tools that are also great for you as well. So going into some of the features, so just quickly scanning through the features of CMS Hub, they have those publishing tools. They have this great drag and drop editor, those CEO tools that we kind of talked about, some multi-language content creator, lead generation tools. They have some out-of-the-box security tools as well, thorough analytics, some great testing features, which we'll kind of go into detail about in a little bit. Some automation as well. So we're using workflows and some organization that you can kind of use to make sure that you're always organized underneath this platform. And then the multi-channel scalability as well. So going through each of them, kind of more in detail, the publishing tool is created with sales users and the marketing users in mind. So with CMS Hub, they have kind of created these 4 stages. You have your themes, which are just your collection of your assets. So this is the overall design of your website. You have those templates. You can either create your own templates, or they have some great out-of-the-box features and templates that you can use, or you can use some third-party integrated templates as well. They have modules. So these are going to be your building blocks, which Alex will show us in a little bit. Or in other words, they're just the reusable blocks of content. So whether they are your text fields, your images, call to action buttons, you can include forms, any images, the social media buttons that we love. And then you can even build some modules using custom code, or you can even allow your visitors to schedule a meeting with you as well. So that's one of the things. And then lastly, they have something called the global content. And that is where it's just content that is repeatedly used throughout all of your multiple pages. So for example, would be your header, your footer. So things like that you don't want to recreate every single time. You just want to create it as a one-time use and then just have it be set throughout all your pages. So using HubSpot's SEO performance tool, so users have the ability to use this tool, which allows you to view different recommendations of your website as a whole or as individual page by page basis. You can toggle between different domains. You can check different categories. So this can be tested per experience, whether it's on a desktop view or a mobile view. Alex will kind of show this again a little later today during the demo, but it has some great recommendations that allow you to scan the domains and then just kind of rescan it as you please. Using the multi-language content creator, users have the ability to create multi-language variations of their website. So this is great if you have some international branches. You don't have to install or set up any external plugin. This is out of the box. This will help you differentiate yourselves from your competition. You can adapt your audience language. It allows them to fully comprehend exactly what your product and service really is. Therefore, you can reach out to a larger audience that way. And then you can actually focus on personalizing that customer experience. And we know how crucial and important that is as well. And that way you can adapt to all the users' culture because that's quite essential as well. HubSpot's lead generation tool is one of the greatest things about HubSpot. It gives you the ability to handle all your marketing and sales activities in one unified platform, right? So with that being said, it's just another thing that you can take advantage of. So it keeps your sales and marketing teams kind of working together. You have things like chatbots. We've done a user group, a couple user groups ago about chatbots, but that could be added to your website and allows you to connect with your visitors on an individual basis. Being able to connect with those customers helps you to fully understand their needs, increase that customer engagement, build those relationships, those long-term relationships. Your chatbot can also be configured to answer commonly asked questions. It can submit and assign tickets and even book meetings for you without even directly having to ever speak to the customer as well. And then obviously we have forms. Those can be used to gather basic information about your visitors in return to find out more information. So, like a contact us form or a register for a new webinar type of form. So with that connected to your CRM, it allows you to create new contact without ever having to manually enter the data if that contact doesn't already exist in your system. It allows you to actually focus on those potential customers because they are filling in that form on your website as well. Security. So connecting your website through HubSpot CMS is automatically employs multiple strategies to ensure that you and your visitors are completely protected at all times. HubSpot CMS is actually configured to automatically function through their CDN, which is their content delivery network. This ensures that your web page loads quickly, that your site is safe no matter where all your users are around the world. HubSpot CMS also allows you to report on your overall website traffic, which is great because that gives you a detailed drill down data of who's visiting what, where they're coming from, their source, how many times they visited your website. On a contact basis, if they're already in your CRM system, you can actually track those website visits within each contact profile as well. It allows you to see your overall page performance, how well your page is actually performing. It even allows you to have content conversion rates as well. So for instance, while you're focusing on traffic analysis, you can see where your visitors are coming from. Again, this is critical because you want to know whether their prospects find you through organic search, whether it's through a referral source, social media. You kind of want to know and pinpoint, where you should be spending most of your time on for your marketing needs. So this kind of allows you to kind of focus on that, and you can definitely drill down on that data to kind of, again, help you pinpoint, how well your marketing efforts are in general. For content organization, so you can actually use, you can provide links to your outside content so that your website can be easily accessible through all your visitors. You can organize your content through folders. tags through the HubSpot CMS. That way everything is organized. You don't have to worry about, scrambling to find which page is where. And then automation, that's huge also. So users can create different workflows to automate page deadlines. You can create notifications, even create tasks for users to eliminate any manual processes. So let's say that somebody, is on your website, they fill out a form, then you want to create a notification to assign it to a lead or to a rep, and then that rep has to, follow up with that lead in a timely, efficiently manner. That way you're ensuring that you're not missing anything and that everything is automated versus you have to manually do this all the time. And then lastly, HubSpot has some great testing features. So this, obviously a slight change in your website can completely affect the number of leads that you gain, right? So they have two different testing features. They have the A/B testing, which gives you the ability to test two different variations of your website to ensure the best performing website is always up and running. And then there's also something called adaptive testing, which actually allows you to test 5 different variations of your website. And that way you can always, pick and choose the best variation of your website. You can toggle between each of those different domains, see the recommendations that they provide. And then Alex will show you that in a little bit. So I will switch it over to Alex to kind of walk us through the CMS Hub demo.
Thanks, Dana. Get my screen sharing going. All right, so can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right, so right now I have a demo site built in HubSpot up on the page here, and it's got multiple pages across the top menu bar. And to edit these pages, when you're on your website and you're logged into HubSpot at the same time, they have this button in the top right corner where you can edit the page right from here. That'll just open in a new tab. But if you are coming from the HubSpot backend area, we'll just go to marketing, website pages, and that'll bring us to a list of all of our pages. So editing the website pages, they have a lot of useful functions for making it easy for the user to change what's on the page. We have the modules along the left side here, which we can drag and drop over here. We can easily edit and clone and delete columns on the page. You can see kind of what's highlighted with the blue lines, boxes that go around everything. And so let's just edit this page real quick. I'm going to add a module here, the call to action module, and I'll just put it in the top of this page underneath this paragraph. And this is something that I created earlier, this button. And this will lead to a landing page where we can try to capture information through a form. And so I can update the page and I'll hit continue editing. And then if I go back over to my other tab and refresh, I should have a new button now. So it's pretty easy to make these changes. There are different styles and things like that you can do to all these elements. When you click on them, they always have more options on the left side. In terms of the page itself, there's some basic settings that you can do, changing the page name, editing the URL. The optimize section is pretty neat. It helps you see if you've kind of checked all the basic boxes for what a page should or should not have. And so this is telling me that I'm missing some meta description. So it's got some errors on the page and it's telling me, what I need to do to fix this page to make it better. And then with publishing options across the top, you can update now, or you can schedule these pages to be published at a later date. So I'll just exit out of this. And on this page here, this is going to lead me to a landing page. And landing pages are edited. If I'm looking at the website pages, I can just click this tab, click on landing pages, and we can edit this one here. And Dana had mentioned earlier about A/B testing in landing pages, and this is definitely a great place to test it. You can test it on regular website pages as well. But when you're trying to capture lead information, I think it has definite feedback. So one of the things we can do here is we can, up in the top left corner, we can run a test on this landing page, and I'll choose the A/B test. And it's going to ask me to create a variation. And here I can toggle between my two variations. So I'm going to select the B variation, and I'm just going to make a change to it. We'll just move, see if I can grab this and move it to the other side of the page. So we'll just move the form to the left, and I can publish this. And when we go to view this page, we may or may not see this variation. It chooses and it puts 50% of your traffic on one page or the other. So let's go to view, click on the link here. And it looks like I got the second variation. So I've got the form on the left. Someone else might get the variation with the form on the right, and it will gather results and tell you, how many submissions you're getting on the page for your two variations, and you'll have all these stats down here, and you can see how they're doing. And if one is performing better than the other, you can just click this button here that says choose as a winner. And it has made that variation of the page that like the permanent version of that page. Something else that we can edit on this page. So we've got the form itself on here. We can go to marketing, lead capture, forms. And this is the same drag and drop editor that they have in other places on the website. And we can, if there was another field that we were trying to capture, we could add that here. This will work with all the contact properties. So anything that you have on like a contact or an account inside of HubSpot, you can put these fields into your form. We'll just update and add in like a phone number field or something like that. I guess there's one there, but update that and publish that change. And we should be able to refresh this and see it happen. Something else Dana had mentioned earlier was the dashboard. So I've got a dashboard here that has some traffic information, and it'll just show, like this shows sessions by day. We've got engagement metrics. These will be sessions by source on the left, so you can see all the different kinds of sources users to the website will be coming through. How session engagement rates, device breakdown, and we can do country and things like that. There are a ton of things that can be added in on this page as well. And then there was one other thing that I wanted to go over that Dana had mentioned, and it was the custom theme and module section. So if we go back to my website page and I go to edit it, on the left side here, we had this category called theme modules. And so this website has a custom theme enabled for it. And so there were some custom modules built for it. And they're all here. But if we wanted to change, like for example, this our team section on the page is being brought in by adding team members. And so this is just like a predefined way of adding content to the page, we can go into the design manager, which is under marketing and file templates, design tools. And here we can see all of our custom modules for the theme. And if I click on team member, I can see this one's very basic. It's just an HTML file that has where you upload an image to, you put the name in. This is more of like a developer tool than like the user-friendly, but it's very easy even for the developers to update and keep the page running. So some of the more complex ones will have HTML, CSS, and JavaScript working together to add content to the page. And the person editing the website will not have to deal with a lot of this stuff because it will be really easy, drag and drop, bring the accordion over, and then you can just fill out your fields. So works just like that. All right, and that's the end of my presentation. Deneen, Dana, who's taken over?
Deneen, I think.
Yep, just got to get that screen back with the last of the slides that we have. So I just wanted to point out that technology advisors, as many of you know already, we do HubSpot marketing and HubSpot sales. You might not know that we do HubSpot CMS too, but we do. We can build customized websites. We can help you with your chat bots. So, you know, you have an after hours chat bot, there might be a certain experience that you want your customers to go through after hours. Hey, I need help with something. Okay, go to this link. No, that didn't help. Okay, fill out this form so somebody can help you. Now that triggers something in one of your coworkers' inboxes. So the next morning they can pick that up and help a customer. Those sorts of experiences are things that we can help you with. Technical SEO optimization. So, you know, there's a lot of things you can do on a page for SEO, like text and meta descriptions and all these things, but there's a lot of technical SEO aspects too. And sometimes it's nice to just have a second set of eyes and have a little bit of help with making sure you're checking all the boxes there. And then of course, professional CMS integration. So if you want to connect your HubSpot website with other solutions for expanded analytics or tying it in with, you know, your CRM and things like that, we are pros at that and we can definitely help you out. We have a blog, I'll share this afterwards, about some of the coolest features of CMS Hub. So when I send out the reply email from this user group, I will also send out the blog link so that you can check that out and have some different reference points if you want to look back on and get more information about some of these things that we talked about. Also, one thing that we wanted to point out, and again, I will send this in the follow-up email, HubSpot has this awesome free tool called the Website Grader, where you can put your website URL in and it will spit back a bunch of feedback and give you some ideas about how to improve it. It might be something that you want to look into. I found it very useful from the marketing perspective, just a quick snapshot of some areas of improvement and, you know, ideas for how to enact those improvements. Definitely really, really helpful for gaining some insight on how the website's actually performing. All right, so our next user group is going to be in August. We are always open to suggestions. If there are specific things that you guys would really like to see us cover, please feel free to reach out at marketing@techadv.com. We'll always take those into consideration when we're putting together our topics. We want to cover stuff that's helpful to you, that's going to assist you in using your solution better. And so in any ways that we can do that, we want to make it happen. So don't be shy if you got an idea or there's something that's been really bugging you and you want more information on it. We'd be happy to discuss that in our August user group. So I just want to thank Dana and Alex for their time today. And as I mentioned, I will send out all the relevant info to this afterwards. And of course, if any questions or comments come up afterwards, you can just reply to that email and I will direct you to the appropriate person.